Are you poor? Why? Why not just be rich like this guy or this person? Much like real life, the scales of wealth in this game are non-linear by nature. And this video will explain how to get gold in Guild Wars 2 and a little known secret about the Guild Wars 2 economy and how gold works. So what do? Drizzlewood South, farm Fractal 42 as fast as possible, ecto gamble, map comp and sell legendaries, flip random goods on the trading post, get a part-time job at McDonald's and gems to gold. Like, how should you even earn money in this game? Let's evaluate a few options. Option 1, farm like a pleb and sell materials. Much like in real life, unless you are well connected and join a group of people that can fast track you into the end game, you're going to be reliant on farming materials from various means, and the barrier to entry is non-existent. This is largely what people do on a day-to-day gameplay basis. Meta events, mid-tier farm routes for platinum and iron, they're all decent ways to make quick, consistent, easy solo gold. These materials are valuable because they are used in other items that players want. At the start of the game, most players will need to resort to this method until they get the swing of things. Option 2, craft items yourself and sell the finished product. This is more lucrative and requires a little bit more know-how than option 1. These items with the greatest value are going to be legendary items. Generation 1 and Generation 3 are both high value and use a good grip of account-bound materials, which aren't easily sold otherwise. This can also include time-gated materials like Deldrimore steel ingots, Ilonian leather, and spirit wood. Not only that, but the collection items like glow lamps, sky scale treats, and so on can be an easy way to turn raw materials into something more valuable. This category would also contain things like antique summoning stone vendors and the ambergris fish trader, which is basically free weekly and daily gold respectively. Option 3, instance content. This is the best method for getting raw gold without having to interact with any other system in the game. Daily fractal rewards, weekly strikes, and raids give a large amount of straight up gold, with fractals being the only one that is even remotely complicated. Raids, you kill the boss and you get gold. Fractals, you kill the boss, open the fractal encryptions using keys, and then you sell the junk to the vendor for raw gold. Super easy. Option 4, the Wizard's Vault. Daily, weekly, and special achievements give you more astral acclaim than you can possibly spend on the items that give the highest value. For new players, I recommend full PvE dailies, which the daily and weekly achievements are trivial to complete. You then spend the currency on the quantity limited items in the Wizard's Vault, and then finally resort to the 30 astral acclaim to 1 gold bag. This should be a priority over almost any other method due to its value to time commitment. You get a lot of gold up front from the Wizard's Vault, but it is not scalable or lasting. And finally, option 5, play the in-game systems. This option has to do with trading post flipping, trading player to player, and material conversions. These options are nothing like actually playing the game. However, if you love Pirates of the Caribbean franchise and you want to RP as the East India Trading Company, there is a large trading community in the game that will help you set up your Excel spreadsheets and get you trading. This is by far the most boring way to make gold, but it is highly scalable, and if that's what you're into, then go for it. Material conversion can also be done using your own materials, using spirit shards, or using somebody else's material and then using your own spirit shards. In the trading community, material conversion is one of the things that is often sought after. There are a lot of player developed resources, the main resources that people use to determine what farms are valuable. These resources are Guild Wars 2 Efficiencies Farm Tracker, the Fast Farming Community website, Guild Wars 2 BLTC for trading post flipping, and if you're interested in player-to-player trading, the Guild Wars 2 Overflow Trading Company has a Discord that is always available to everybody, and their rules are expressly stated there. ArenaNet is remarkably fair with the farms that they introduce into the game. They all work out essentially the same and are even fair to non-PvE game modes like World vs. World and Structured PvP, though I will say Structured PvP is the least rewarding of the 3 game modes. Over the years, Guild Wars 2 community has flushed out the most lucrative farms and done hundreds of tests to conclude that, well, they're all basically around 30 gold an hour. Meta farming, Drizzlewood, Dragonfall, they all work out the same. The exclusion is instance content because that reward is cold hard cash. cash. The thing is, to match the 30 gold per hour, your group needs to be solid. A wipe here and there detonates raids and strikes to being mediocre farms at best and complete garbage at worst. This is made worse by having weekly resets, with fractals being the only one that can be completed daily. So to answer the question, how do you get rich? Well, you play the game. The beauty of everything being around the same makes doing whatever content you find interesting at the time equally as lucrative as any other. Oftentimes map farming are lucrative because they have component parts to other items. Instead of farming and selling them, just save them up and expand your legendary armory, or sell them when you finish the item. Once you have all the legendaries you want, I promise that you will have so much gold you won't even know what to do with it. You won't have any items you'll need to buy because you'll already have it as an account unlock. You see, gold is largely an intermediary currency, and the real valuable items are actual items: legendary weapons, mystic coins, ectoplasm, and so on. So if you want to get rich, play the game and play whatever content that appeals to you the most at any given time. If that's farming drizzlewood or flipping legendaries or doing Excel spreadsheets for your trading post buy and sell orders, then go for it. The world is your domain. Speaking of flipping legendaries, I did do a breakdown of how you go about doing that in my video titled Get to Endgame Fast, and it's actually one of my favorite methods to get gold in the game. So if you're new and you need a lot of gold relatively quickly, go check that video out. And if you've watched the video up to this point, I want to give my sincere thanks, and thanks to all my subscribers up to this point. And I ask, if you dig the video, consider subscribing. In the comments, let me know what your go-to farm is. I already told you mine, so it's only fair. Anyways, thanks again, and I'll see you next time.